What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
If you're returning to the channel, I'm just going to assume you already know what day of the week it is. But it's Nightwish Wednesday. If you're new to the channel, this is the day of the week that I have dedicated to continue my personal adventure discovering the music of Nightwish. And I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Not in general, just for me, because every other reactor on YouTube has beat me to all of these songs already. So I'm going to switch it up for me. I've already seen performances at Wacken, at Tampere, at End of an Era, and I realized the other day I haven't seen anything from Wembley yet, and a lot of people talk about that show. So I decided I wanted to see something from that show, but I didn't know what to do. So I jumped on the Reacticide Discord, and I asked all the Nightwish fans what I should do, and this video is what they came up with. So I'm super excited. This is going to be a blast. I will link this video in the description below. And today, I am going to be listening to Nightwish, and for the first time, hearing their song 7 Days to the Wolves live at Wembley Arena. Let's go! Troy. Oh, this sounds huge. Man, this is cool. Fun fact. The last show I ever did in Europe, the last time I was there on tour, was at Wembley Arena. Man, the production on this is killer. Quite a few video walls going on. A lot of lighting going on. I've seen a lot hung. It looks like there's a lot on the sides too. It's a lot of setup time. I imagine when they tour with production this big, they have got a pretty mighty sized crew, because I've been on a lot of arena tours like this where, you know, it takes a lot of people to put this stuff up, man. Most of these tours run where you start loading in as early as 6 in the morning sometimes, and you've got to get all that stuff up in a few hours for sound checks. So it's a lot of work that goes into this. Instrument-wise, so far, it's pretty standard from a lot of the other videos I've seen. The only thing that stood out so far is Troy looks like he's playing a bouzouki, which I think that might be the first time I've seen him playing anything other than whistles or flutes or bagpipes, so that's cool. And I assume it's an electric bouzouki instead of it being acoustic and having another mic in it, but super cool. Let's keep going. Ooh. Before this solo, because I want to lead in and get the full thing, I just want to break down a little more of the gear. So, as I've mentioned in other videos, Marco is an exclusive artist of Warwick basses. He's been with them for pretty much the bulk of his career. In this video, he's back to playing that vampire bass that he plays a lot. Empu, still on that EV1. That's his custom from ESP. Fun little thing that I saw when I was checking out some videos and stuff about their gear. Their guitar tech, Empu's guitar tech, said that before every tour, they replace pretty much all the hardware on his guitars. The saddle, the bridge, the nuts, all that stuff. So he, even though it's the same body and everything, they replace all the hardware on it. So it's basically a brand new guitar every tour. I mean, that's some fun work. It's tedious, but it's fun. Let's go into this solo. We'll talk more later. That cheesy smile. Oh.
Is this where heroes and cowards part ways?
Horses.
Wembley, let's go!
Let's go, floor. I didn't want to stop in the middle of that. I really didn't, but visually that was insane. That kind of blew my mind a little. I couldn't tell if that was on the video walls or if that was actually pyro, because I didn't hear anything with it. I want to go back. I think that was actual pyro shots from the rigging, because I think I saw some sparks coming down.
Like the fire beast, chase the ghost within. Take the road that's trouble, fighting the city of fools. Summer powers.
Dude, I was not thinking we were gonna get any pyro in this one, and the last minute has just been pyro shots. Man, I am so as I've said in some other videos, about 10 years ago I did a tour where I was a pyrotechnician. I mostly dealt with flame units, so I didn't do a lot of explosive pyrotechnics, but there's a lot of time and a lot of pains in the ass that go into that. I have so much respect for pyrotechnicians that tour full-time and do this, because every day they have to sit and preload all those pyrotechnic shots, like everything, into little canisters by hand. Usually they have to do it in their own room. So in the arena, they will have a room that's dedicated as a pyro room for the pyrotechnician where all his stuff is stored, and that's usually where he's working. And then they have to hang everything in place, everything, wherever it needs to be. Then a fire marshal has to come in, and you have to do a demo for the fire marshal and give him a demo of every kind of flame and pyrotechnic you're using that night. And the crazy thing that I don't think a lot of people know is it is the fire marshal's final call if you get to use pyro in your show or not. You could do everything right. You could have all your certifications. All your stuff could be safe. And if the fire marshal's not comfortable with it, he'll just say no. It's happened to me before with just a few flame units on shows. I did everything as it was supposed to be, and I had a fire marshal just say no. That can happen. So major props to their pyro crew. I don't know how many guys are on it. I would guess 1 or 2. But great shots. It looked phenomenal. Killer. Let's go back a little ways and go into that. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think the trusses have moved. As I'm looking at the video wall, I'm seeing some trusses in front of it that I don't think I saw before in those positions. I could be wrong. I could be making stuff up. But if that's the case, then they have somebody on their crew that's controlling all of that movement with the trusses as well. I want to headbang so bad, but I don't want to miss anything. Yeah. Tomas is going. Holy shit. Oh, we're not doing Poet and the Pendulum yet. Go away, YouTube. Let's go talk about it. That was an adventure, man. And the reason I say adventure was because I liked that when it started, but at first I was kind of like, all right, this is just kind of a middle of the road Nightwish song for me so far, you know, nothing too crazy. And then out of nowhere, it got fucking crazy, man. And that's the thing I love about Nightwish's music, is that it takes you on a ride. There's so many ups and downs and moods and emotions. And that's the special thing about music, is that it can take you on a journey. And that's the greatest thing I like about this band, is that every song I have seen so far has been a different journey, and I love it. And this might be one of my favorite reactions to Nightwish I've done so far. And you know, with my background as a roadie, I also like to look at a lot of the different production stuff going on. And there are a lot of little things that I noticed that just show that this Nightwish crew is phenomenal. Lighting. This lighting director did a great job of doing exactly what was necessary and not going crazy, because a lot of lighting directors, when they get into arenas and stadiums, they have a lot of room to light up and a lot of lights going on, and they just want to go crazy at all times, and it kind of distracts from everything else that's going on. This lighting director was perfect. The looks were great. The transitions into different scenes were awesome, and there was nothing too insane going on that was distracting you from other things. Speaking of distractions, a good lighting director will work with the pyrotechnician on the tour to know when the pyro shots are coming up. So if you go back and watch, you'll notice when there's a pyro shot about to come off, most of the lighting starts dimming down so that when the pyro does go off, there's more of a visual effect and there's no lighting getting in the way of that. So fantastic job to the lighting director and or programmer if they have one with them as well. Pyrotechnicians, great. Everything looked killer. And you know, I haven't seen a ton of pyro in their shows, but I can only imagine with arenas like this, they have a lot. So what you guys go through on a daily basis with fire marshals and stuff like that, hats off to you, because I know how much of a pain in the ass that is. I don't know if this was recorded for a live DVD or if this was just a random pro shot, but that sound quality was fantastic. Their front of house engineer dialed it in perfectly. I heard everything going on perfect. Fantastic mix, man. It sounded awesome and it was great. All around, this crew, this band, everybody, perfect. I love like every video of theirs that I watch because there's so much little stuff going on. I just absolutely love it. So shout out to the Reacticide crew for telling me to do this one next because that was fantastic. I loved it. I can't wait to do more. So if there's any other Nightwish songs you'd like me to check out next, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I feel like we've still got weeks of doing this. Now that I think about it, it's actually probably more like years because they have a huge back catalog of songs I haven't heard, but we're going to be doing more. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to click subscribe because I'm releasing new videos pretty much every day. So if you turn the alerts on, you'll be notified the second new stuff comes out. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like. If you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. There's a button there for a reason and you will not hurt my feelings, I promise. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I also have a Discord server that I hang out on a lot. I also hang out on the Night Dreamers Reacticide Discord a ton, which is a server for just a bunch of Nightwish fans all over the world. I will drop the links to both of those servers in the description below. And my handle on all of social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so much once again for watching, and I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.